We are here today to learn about a fun and exciting festival designed for families and children coming to Harford County this spring. The 2018 Spring Youth and Resource Festival combines families with private and public resources for children of all abilities. When, where, and how? We'll have all those details in the next half an hour. I'm Kristy Breslin, and this is Harford MagaScene. Amber Schroeds is the Director of Community Service, and I must say, Amber, I am so impressed with how the Glassman administration has made the vision of the Youth and Community Resource Festival a reality and done such a fantastic job with it.
Thank you so much, Kristy.
Now, Amber, I remember that the Youth and Resource Festival back in 2017 was a big hit, so I'm really excited to hear it's back.
Oh, thank you so much for having us today, Kristy. I am thrilled to share details about our 29 Youth and Resource Festival. We developed the 2017 festival with one goal in mind, and that is to put as many resources and services into one building for families with children and to make it fun. We helped over 1,000 families in 2017, and I hope to help even more families in 2019.
This festival has a major impact on families and children throughout our county. Now, why is the families and children such a priority for this administration?
So County Executive Glassman has made strengthening families a priority for his administration. He wants every family to feel welcome and supported and included. So in community services, we're constantly looking at the needs of our community and developing programs and initiatives that meet and address those needs, because strong families equal strong communities.
Wow, I love that. That's a lot of initiatives. Can you elaborate on some of them?
So we have initiatives for a wide variety of fields. Could be mental health, housing, at-risk youth, employment for individuals with differing abilities. There's so many different programs and initiatives that are available in this county. And it's one of my favorite things about this festival is we hear every year from families, I didn't know that existed. I'm so excited that I came to the festival and learned about it. There's just simply not enough time during this interview with you, unless you're going to extend it, for me to go over all the different things that are available in the county. But if anybody is looking for a service or resource, I highly encourage them to either come to the festival or visit our community resource guide online at www.harfordcountymd.gov and contact our office. Our role is to connect people to the resources and things that they need.
Amber, is the festival going to be all day?
It is from 9 to 2 p.m. at Harford Community College on Saturday, April 13th. So it is an extended amount of time. We find that people come at 9 and have lunch in the middle of the day and are wrapping up at 2.
Now, what about the parking situation? I hear that transportation will be provided, right?
We are offering bus transportation to Community College from locations they can look up on the website and see where the buses are picking up. But the college also has plenty of parking too, for anybody who wants to take their own vehicle.
And I know you said there was just too many different resources to name, but what are some of the highlights?
One of my favorite things about the Resource Festival is you can find something for anybody. You know, if you're looking for a resource to help for a parent who is helping a young child but also taking care of an aging adult, we have services for that. We have available programs that will help parents talk to the kids about drug and alcohol. We'll have treatment providers there. We have daycare opportunities, we have aftercare, we have summer camp, we have sports programs, and we have a lot of really fun things too. I mean, that's really important. If you're going to bring your kids to an event, that you're getting the resources that you need, but also your kids are having fun while they're there, or else you're, headed out the door really quickly. So we have great interactive programs for kids. The library puts on an incredible display of technology and different programs. We have an outside touch a truck program. And the committee, which is amazing, keeps adding new and exciting things to the Resource Festival every year. So I'm sure there'll be even more programs.
And most importantly, what is the date of the festival?
Saturday, April 13th, 9 to 2. Hopefully we'll have beautiful weather, and I hope to see everybody there.
Thank you, Amber. Thank you for everything that you have done, the Glassman administration and Harford County, for making this event such a successful one. So we're going to find out in the next segment, what do we expect to see when we walk in the door? That's straight ahead. Silvana Valkyr is the director of the local management board, and she is here to tell us about all the fun and exciting things that we can expect to see at the Youth and Resource Festival. Hi, Silvana. Thanks for being here.
Hi, Kristy. Thank you so much for having me.
Silvana, where did the idea for the Youth and Family Resource Festival actually come from?
We have families that sometimes share with us that they struggle to find resources for their children, especially if they have multiple children with different needs. So we wanted to have something that was a one-stop shop where families can bring everyone and still have fun, but to be able to find the resources for their child regardless of their age or ability. And it was also important that we had community support and for it to be a county-wide impact. So we reached out to a lot of our community supporters, and we're so excited that APG Federal Credit Union will be our headlining sponsor for the second time.
What kind of resources and information can families expect to find at the festival?
So we plan to have something for everyone of every age and ability. We're looking at things like information of summer camps, tutoring, mentoring, support for college applications, preschool programs, housing support, financial support as well, we're also some athletic programs. So we're going to have a lot of things. And we also will be providing free transportation throughout the county to the festival, and also free healthy lunches for anybody that attends.
What was the impact of the event in the past, and what are you hoping to find for the future?
In 2017, we had over 1,000 attendees, plus over 110 vendors, and they were able to talk with the families about all the things they provide. And we're expecting even a bigger turnout this year. And we're also always looking to improve, and so this year we're really excited to have a really fun outdoor kid zone activity area, so that to have a lot of interactive activities for the kids.
Can you talk a little bit more about some of the interactive activities?
So last year we had a fire truck and also a police car, but this year we're looking to have a outside area for the kids to play some hockey. We're also going to have some tables with some crafts and things for the kids to, for the families to be able to bring their kids to do.
Now, what kind of feedback have you gotten from the community on this?
So over and over, we've heard that people just loved it. We had vendors kind of reach out to us last year, to see if we were going to have it for this year. But families were really excited that, they were able to go to a lot of the vendors, and also that there were a lot of useful resources. And so we're looking to really impress them this year again.
Is there a fee to get in?
No, there's no fee. We do open registration in February. And then that way we kind of have an idea about how many families are coming in. They could also register for the free lunch as well.
And Silvana, you said this is something the entire family can enjoy.
So we have resources from birth until young adults, and we have it separated into worlds to make it really easy for the families to, find out what areas they want to go to.
What about sponsors or volunteers? Are you still looking for them?
Definitely sponsors, and we still have, we opened registration a few weeks ago for vendors, and we're already close to over 60. So we still definitely have availability, but I know it's going to fill up really quick.
Well, if someone is interested in being a sponsor, a volunteer, maybe donating to the cause, how can we get in touch with you?
So you could either reach out to me, or we also have information on our Harford County Community Services website. And all the information is there, even who our current sponsors are and even who our current vendors are as well.
Thank you so much, Silvana. I'm really excited to go. I've never gone before, so this will be a new experience for me and for many Harford County residents.
Thank you so much, Kristy, for having me today.
Absolutely. And coming up next, we're going to hear more about all the family-friendly activities and why you should bring your family out. Stay with us. Rachel Hartman is from the Office of Disability Services, and she is here to tell us how this youth festival is for kids of all abilities to enjoy. Hi, Rachel. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Rachel, I keep hearing that this is an event for children of all abilities. Why was that so important in the planning?
Well, we have over 2,700 children in Harford County with differing abilities. So it is always our goal to make sure that they can participate in things offered in the community just like their peers. So for example, we offer a bike camp every summer for kids with disabilities to learn how to ride a bike. And in the same vein, we also just put in a new sensory trail so that all kids can experience the outdoors together. So those are some examples. We're always trying to think of ways that everyone can be included in what we offer. So this event is no different.
Rachel, when you say differing abilities, what exactly does that mean?
Yeah, there are children that develop differently, of course, and so there's some children that have autism, other children have intellectual disabilities. Then you also have some that might have just a learning disability, you might have a physical disability. So we really mean everyone when we say all abilities. So we have a lot of families that have multiple children, and they might have children, they all develop differently, and so we want to make sure that they can all enjoy things together as a family.
So for a family that has a loved one with a disability, what can they expect to find at the Resource Festival?
We will have a ton of resources and vendors for the whole family. So specifically for their child with a differing ability, we will have support for the parents, their caregivers, and grandparents. It could look like people who offer support groups. It could be specific resources to find things like respite. We will have organizations who provide job coaching and help finding job for teens and young adults. We will have help with accessing college for young adults with disabilities, and just a lot more.
This sounds like a really big event. What about noises and crowds? What if we have someone that doesn't deal well with the noises and the crowds that come with the festival? Can they still attend?
That's a great question. We do have a lot of children with sensory needs in our county, and the answer is yes. We still want them to come, and we'll do everything that we can to make it a good experience for them. One thing that we will have is a quiet room, and that's going to be a place outside of the main arena floor that they can go if they need a break. For the whole family, it'll be quiet. We'll have some quiet activities and some sensory activities for them to do in that room, and that'll be open to anyone all day. And then we specifically put our kids zone outside, which will have a lot of interactive activities away from the main arena floor as well. So that's also a chance for someone to go outside, take a break if they need to.
Now let's talk about the kids zone. I know that's going to be a hot commodity.
We will have some touch-a-truck activities. Just like last year, we had a fire truck, which was a huge hit, so we'll have that and hopefully some more this year. We plan on having some characters for some meet and greet sessions. You can have pictures taken. We will also have a lot of sensory activities, fun games, and crafts for the whole family to enjoy.
And Rachel, how did this event first come together?
Well, we hear a lot from families that resources can be hard to find. We hate when we hear from families that there's nothing in Harford County, because we all know that there is, and we want to make sure that they get that information. So this is a great way for someone to come just in one day and learn so much about what is offered. Specifically, we hear from our community who have kids with disabilities that they're always looking for new resources for their specific needs. So we want really everyone to come out and really experience everything that Harford County has to offer.
Thanks again, Rachel.
It's always a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Well, an event of this magnitude takes a lot of supporters. It really takes a village to get together to make this happen. Coming up next, we're going to talk to some of the biggest supporters. We're here at the Abingdon Public Library with the CEO of the Harford County Public Library System, my good friend Mary Hassler. Mary, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Mary, can you tell us now about some of the new programming that is happening at the library for families and for children?
Well, you know, we're always trying to do something new and innovative and always trying to address all the community needs in Harford County. So we have our very special sensory story times, and we do that very frequently at many of the libraries, and that's where we invite our special guests and their families to come. But of course, it's open to everyone. And then we have our innovation lab, and we're just getting ready to launch our new 3D printers. We're always upgrading the equipment and bringing something new. And I think something near and dear to my heart is you're going to be meeting my new robots, and they'll be launched in about a month or so, and the robots will talk to you. I can hold their hand and walk down the hallway. They will introduce themselves, and they can actually interact with our guests. So you'll be seeing them in the libraries too.
The robots that you're talking about, are they life-size?
They're about 3 feet tall, and they come in a kit of many, many parts. So my wonderful IT department spent days putting them together and then training them how to respond. It's very cool.
Are these robots only going to be at the Abingdon branch, or will we find them at other branches too?
We're going to be introducing them in many of the library branches, and it's our next step of building on our virtual reality that we offer, and also our augmented reality through Beam. So this is the next generation of technology at the library. And then of course we have our arts. We love our arts in Harford County, and we have that beautiful mural that was created by the Fallston community last summer that is on the Fallston Library. So if anybody's in that neighborhood, please stop by and see it. It was led by one of our local artists, and it truly is beautiful, and it is a work of art. And then we have musical concerts coming, and then we also have our authors coming too. So always something new happening at the library.
Now, Mary, one subject that I want to address. You had mentioned that the Abingdon Library is going to shut down for a couple of months.
Well, the Abingdon Library will be closed for about 4 to 6 months beginning in March, and that will be to accommodate all the windows will be replaced. We've had a few leaks since the library opened many years ago, and thank heavens for the county and the government, and we're working together to replace the windows so we can bring new experiences to everyone at the Abingdon Library. However, don't fret, because our Bel Air Library will be fully open, and so will our Edgewood Library and our Fallston Library, so services will still be provided.
Mary, tell us your thoughts on the importance of early literacy and having parents still read to children. That doesn't happen as often as it used to.
It doesn't, but you know, it's really critical that we have we support and nurture those early and pre-literacy skills, and it's all about reading, and it's sitting there, it's cozy time with a book open and learning how to read from left to right and how to sound out words and repetition and models. And who's our best models? Our parents, our caregivers, our older siblings. So we always encourage that family time, because we know children who are read to on a regular basis are better prepared for school when they get there and to that age. So we always encourage that. It's also the time to talk about what they're reading. So talk about the animal that's in the story, or talk about maybe the other little boy and girl that's in the story, or talk about maybe a different culture that's in the story. It's all about learning and sharing and understanding, and we know having fun together is the best time, and it's quality time.
How important is it to connect the parents to the library resources?
Well, I think it's really critical at the fair and at the library. We have so many resources in Harford County, and one of the things we sometimes hear from folks is, we didn't know about that. So by coming to the library where we can talk about what's happening in the community, or coming to the fair and the festival, you can learn so much and see so much and explore, because it's all about, we are terrific in Harford County about pulling our resources, working with each other, being a sponsor for the fair, and talking about all the great things that are happening in Harford County. Because I know, being a busy mom, busy grandmom, that it's really critical to use the resources and the services that are available, and it's knowing about them.
I know that the library is a big part of the festival. Tell us more about the role that you will play for the entire day.
Well, we will be there. We'll be bringing some of our coolest technology. We'll also have some reading materials and tips for parents and caregivers. We'll also have some interactive activities going on at our table. But it's really an honor to be a sponsor. This fair can change lives. It can really give good information to our parents and our community. So I encourage everyone to come out and visit it. It's something for everyone there.
What do you see as the biggest benefit of having this festival in Harford County?
Well, I think it puts us on the map. I mean, it's just another thing that shows and demonstrates how we work together, how we're all embedded in all of our different activities, and we work together to collaborate. It just is what makes Harford County such a special place to live.
Mary, thank you so much. The library is such a great supporter of all these wonderful things happening in Harford County, and I'm really excited to go to this festival. It'll be a first for me.
I am excited too. It's amazing, and the whole community, I encourage you to be there.
Well, coming up next, for all of you animal lovers out there, we have a special guest. Stay with us. Kathy Schmidt is from Chesapeake Therapeutic Riding, and she's here today to tell us about why they are so involved with the Youth Festival, and of course about some of the special guests that we may see at the festival. Hi, Kathy.
Hi, Kristy. Nice to be here.
Now, Kathy, of course, let's talk about one of my favorite places, and yours, of course, Chesapeake Therapeutic Riding.
You're right about that. Chesapeake Therapeutic Riding, we just celebrated our 15th anniversary this year. And as Harford County's first and only horse discovery center, we offer therapeutic riding, which is adaptive recreation, physical therapy on horseback called hippotherapy. We offer professional development workshops, and this year we started working with veterans from the Veterans Administration in Perry Point.
Of course, we have to talk about the animals. You have a lot of very special animals at the farm.
Yes, we have one horse in particular who we consider our ambassador. She's our Shetland pony, and her name is Buttons. And we participated in the summer reading program for 3 years now through the Harford County Public Library. And last year we visited 5 branches with her. She also goes to assisted living facilities such as Citizens Care and Lorien. She even rides an elevator.
From what I understand, we'll be seeing maybe a special appearance by Buttons at the festival?
Yes, so this is our 3rd year in participating at the Youth and Family Resource Festival. And this year we're actually bringing Buttons to the festival. And the great thing about that is, in the past we've taken our equicizers, which are not real horses, but it gives people a chance to get on them. But we just felt that this year was the year that we needed to bring Buttons to the festival so that children and adults can interact with a live animal.
Now, Kathy, when CTR is there, you'll be able to answer questions for families that are maybe thinking that therapeutic riding might be a good fit for them or their child.
Sure. Oh, that's our whole purpose for attending the festival. For us, we're a small organization. We don't have a lot of staff that can go out into the community to do advocacy type of events. So this particular event's really good for us because it brings everything together at the arena, and we get a chance to network too, as well as describe our services.
I know that CTR has so many benefits. I have been one of those people that has benefited from having CTR in my daughter's life. So let's talk more about the motto, changing lives. It couldn't be more accurate.
Winston Churchill kind of summed it up pretty well. There's something about the outside of a horse that's good for the inside of a man. And our horses, they help whoever interacts with them, not only on a physical level, but also on an emotional and psychological level as well. And you might ask, why horses? Well, horses live in the moment. They live in real time, where we as people sometimes struggle with that. Not only that, but the physical benefits of actually riding a horse are important to someone who may be struggling with a physical issue where they need to build their core strength in order to sit up, walk, recover from an injury or accident. And also, if you have good core strength, your voice comes out better because your diaphragm is what pushes air through your lungs past your vocal cords. So a lot of the kids that we work with, especially those who are struggling with speech issues, oftentimes say their first clear words after riding.
We're so glad to hear that CTR is coming back and you're participating in the event again. Tell us about your experience so far.
Well, as I mentioned before, being a small organization, it's really tough for us to get out into the community to touch base with potential partnering organizations or to do community outreach to gain potential clients. So this particular festival gives us an opportunity in one afternoon to be able to talk to people about our services, our programming. We recruit volunteers there. It gives us an opportunity to talk to some of the other organizations that are there that we could partner together for funding even to provide services. So for us, it's, I hate to use the saying, but it truly is one-stop shopping.
Now, Kathy, one question that I do have is, why is it called hippotherapy if they're riding a horse?
That's a great question. The word hippo is the Greek derivative for the word horse. So combining hippotherapy, it's therapy, physical therapy on horseback. So a hippopotamus would be loosely translated as river horse. So there's no confusion there. We don't have any hippopotami at the farm.
Well, you know, it's an interesting theory. So thank you. One that, you know, had a couple of minds wandering. But we look forward to seeing you at the festival, and thanks again for being here today.
It was a pleasure being here, and we will see you at the festival.
Absolutely. And coming up next, we will talk to one parent, and she will give us her point of view of what it's like to attend as both a parent and a teacher. Ashley McLaughlin is a longtime Harford County resident, and she has been to the Resource Festival in 2017. She's going to tell us about her experience, and congratulations, I understand we have a new member of the family.
Yes, we do. I have a 7-week-old at home.
Getting any sleep?
Starting to.
Well, it sounds very hopeful. Thank you so much for being with us today.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Ashley, what first drew you to attending the Resource Festival?
Well, I am a long-time Harford County resident, and I had never heard of an event like this before, so I was curious. I have a family, and I'm a teacher, so I wanted to go and see the resources and activities that were available for my son as well as for my students.
Let's talk about some of the different things that you saw and maybe some of the things that you and your son participated in.
They had multiple vendors, they had presentations, they had lots of arts and crafts, as well as sensory activities for the young children. My son's favorite part was going to the fire truck. There were the firemen there, and he gave them a hat and a tour of the fire truck and answered all his questions. And
talk about the benefits of the festival from a perspective of yourself as a mom and a teacher.
Well, I was able to visit a lot of the vendors, and they were very great and kind one-on-one. They gave me a lot of information about the resources that were available. There were agencies and businesses that I had no idea existed in Harford County. And everything was organized great, so when I went into the festival and got the handout, I was able to navigate my way easily through the festival. It was divided into like worlds by age groups. So I could go and find stuff for my son as well as find stuff easily for my students.
As a longtime Harford County resident, how is this different from any other event in the county that you've participated in?
Well, it was in the arena at the Harford Community College. So the space was very accommodating. The parking was great. It was easy, and it was local. It was just easy to get to.
What was the reaction of your son and maybe some of the reactions from the other kids and other parents that attended?
They loved it. Like I said, he loved the firemen and the fire truck, but the arts and crafts were great. They had paint out, they had all sorts of stuff, so it was kind of like come in and get messy, and they were able to accommodate for that as well. They had like wipes and stuff to help clean up the kids, and they had like Ice World was there, and they had the hockey sticks out, and the kids were playing hockey. They were doing all sorts of like hands-on activities with the kids.
What was so unique about it, and who were some of the vendors that maybe we could expect to see, and vendors that maybe the kids would enjoy?
Yeah, there were a lot of agencies and vendors that I wasn't aware that it existed in Harford County, so it was nice to go through the entire festival and see the different things that are offered in Harford County.
Do you think that you would go to the Resource Festival again, and would you recommend it to other families?
Oh yes, my entire family went, so my parents went, my nieces and nephews went. So my family will be going again this year, and I remember that they also offered a free lunch, so I remember all the kids they're always hungry, so we got to enjoy a nice morning and then have lunch, and then we were able to leave after that, so we definitely plan on attending again this year.
Ashley, thank you so much. I know that this was not easy to come out and take time away from your newborn.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Well, this is one event that you don't want to miss, so bring the entire family for a very fun day out. To learn more about it, or if you would like to sponsor it, you can always visit Harford County Community Services, and you'll see the website listed on our screen right below. I'm Kristy Breslin. See you next month on Harford MagaScene.